Alright everybody, this is Rich Artichoker with Blackwolf Martial Arts. We're going to be talking about footwork today. When it comes to footwork, we want to keep things as simple as possible, but we want to maintain a solid, balanced structure. And so that's the goal of our footwork. We're going to be using footwork which comes from the Jeet Kune Do system. It's a little modified to meet my own needs, but for the most part it still remains intact in the way that I learned it. First of all, we're just going to start as if you were standing naturally. Feet about shoulder width apart, arms basically dangling at your sides, and in order to get into our stance, our fighting stance, all we're going to do is we're going to take a step forward. Now, the way I learned when I first started was the Jeet Kune Do stance was with a right lead, or the strong hand lead. This is the way that Bruce wrote about it in his writings, both the Bruce Lee's fighting method and the Tao of Jeet Kune Do. Bruce was a right hand dominant person, and his theory was that it took less training and it was more efficient to put your strong side forward, so that way you could use it quicker to perform strikes and kicks a lot quicker, a lot more efficiently, and a lot more accurately with less training. So this is the way I started, and this is the way I continue. Now, as my training has continued to develop, I've become more bilateral. We train both sides. We train right hand lead, and we also train left hand lead. It's more functional, and it's just the next step in the evolution of the art. But for our purposes here today, we're just going to train with the lead hand forward. For most of you, that's going to be your right hand. For some of you, that's going to be your left hand. Don't worry about it. Whatever your strong side lead is, whatever your strong side is, that's going to be your lead side. Okay? So first thing we're going to do, again, just real quick review. From a normal stance, standing about shoulder width, with your feet about shoulder width apart, you are going to take just a simple step forward, and from there, that's basically going to be your stance. You don't want your hips too completely open. You don't want your hips too closed. You don't want to be standing in kind of like a point fighter, karate tournament style stance where all you're going to do is flick that leg out to try to score points. You want to be have your hips open at about a 45-degree angle, so that way you don't sacrifice mobility, but you still maintain stability. Okay, so this is our basic stance. From there, we're just going to simply raise our hands. Our hands are going to end up on either side of our face. Now, in this video, you're not going to be able to see my face very well, and I did that for a purpose. I wanted you to be able to see my feet, and what my feet are doing, and how my feet are moving. That, to me, is more important for this particular video. So, if you can hear my voice, but you can't see my face, I did that on purpose. That's fine. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about the slide, or the step and slide, shuffle. And this is a shuffling footwork that Bruce Lee talked about in his original writings, the Bruce Lee's Fighting Method book. So what we're going to use is we're going to do a step and slide type of a shuffle. And what that's going to look like is we're going to step forward with the lead foot, and then we're going to slide the rear foot up so that we maintain our structure. When we finish moving, our feet shouldn't be too close together. They shouldn't be too far apart. You want to be basically in the same position that you started. Okay? So when we do our step and slide shuffle, we're going to step forward, slide the rear foot up. Okay? Step forward, slide the rear foot up. Basically ending up in the same structure, same position you were in when you started. Now, to retreat in this manner is the exact same thing, but we're going to start with the rear leg, and we're going to do the same movements backwards. We're just going to simply step with the rear leg, slide the front leg back. Step, slide. Step, slide. Okay? So, again, just for a quick review, we're going to do this a few times. You're going to go step, slide forward, step, slide forward. Okay? Rear leg. Step, slide back, step, slide back. Okay? Again, step, slide forward, step, slide forward. Step, slide back, step, slide back. Okay? That is the straight line step and slide shuffle. Okay, so now if we want to cover a little more ground a little more quickly, or we want to utilize a shuffle step in order to set up a quick advance or an attack, we're going to do the slide and step shuffle. So what that is, we're going to slide the rear leg up to the front, doing what we call a replacement, where the rear leg is going to end up where the front leg now is, and the front leg is going to step forward. Sounds complicated, it's really quite easy. We're just going to simply slide the rear leg up right beside the front leg. It's going to basically replace the front leg's position, and then you're going to step out with the front leg. Okay, this is really useful for setting up round kicks, side kicks, front kicks, whatever, jabs, you know, any kind of a front weapon attack. It's really good for setting that up. So that's just going to simply look like this: slide and step, slide and step. Okay. Again, the same thing goes when we're moving backwards. Now, if we want to move backwards, we're going to take our lead leg, which is, in my case, my right leg, and we're going to shuffle it backwards and then step out with the rear leg. Shuffle, step. Okay? Again, we're going to go shuffle, step, shuffle, step. Going backwards, we're going to bring the rear leg, or the front leg first. Front leg, shuffle and step. Shuffle and step. Okay? So again, a couple more times just for practice. Shuffle, step, shuffle, step, shuffle, step, shuffle, step. This is probably going to be your most common footwork, the one that you're going to use the most when you're sparring or when you're fighting, because you can cover ground fairly quickly, maintain your structure. You don't feel like you're putting a lot of effort and work into it. It's what I find I probably use 90% of the time. Whereas opposed to step and slide might be for more quick movements where you're just trying to get out of the way of an attack, or you're trying to counterattack and somebody doesn't have good distance control, and you're close enough where you're inside of their fighting range, and so you can just simply take a short step forward and throw a jab and make contact. So the step and slide, you're not going to cover a lot of distance really quickly. You can work at it, you can train it so that way you can get better at it, but really the slide and step is where you're going to be able to cover maybe a little more distance quicker. Okay, so there are your two basic step and slide and step shuffles.